the Four of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, and then the Three of Swords. That's the general energy for the month of April for you guys. And then for your love, we have the Chariot, the Queen of Cups, and the Seven of Wands. So I don't know what's happening near the end of this month. I don't like leaving readings off this questionable, so we may pull some clarifiers, but let me just get into it first. I'm going to cut the deck and we're going to see what's going on in your career and your life purpose. So career, we have the Moon, Death, and the Six of Swords. Hey, that's not bad. This makes me feel good, like things are on track for you. And then the bottom, your life purpose, we have the Three of Pentacles, which I just did the Libra reading, and they had the exact same card in the exact same position. The Five of Swords and the Page of Wands. And then bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Cups. So, general reading, general month of April. We start off well. You're starting off with the Four of Wands. You're feeling good. And the Nine of Pentacles means money is also good. So it's like your home life, your emotions, your passions, and then as well as your money and career are all going well. With the Nine of Pentacles, it's very much a solo card though. She's not celebrating like the people in the Three of Cups that I just showed you, but she is celebrating herself. She's got self-love, self-respect. She's proud of what she's accomplished, and she's accomplished it on her own. She's put in work and it's paying off for her. So coming into the month of April and in the middle of the month of April, you're in a good spot. However, with the Three of Swords at the end of the month, I am going to pull a clarifier because usually I would think the Three of Swords is about heartbreak or a breakup, but because it's following the Nine of Pentacles, it could be you coming into your own and, okay, something jumped out. Let's see what it is. The King of Cups. So yeah, you could feel like you are whole. You are home. You have friends and family and a good work environment, or your business. Let's say you're creating a business. Everything is going well in your life. And I think you might be coming to terms with the fact that you don't really need whoever you're involved with romantically. Because we got the King of Cups. I don't know if I said that. And I'm automatically thinking that this is a Cancer person or a water sign, male, older. Yeah. It doesn't have to be love, but the cups are usually love, you guys. And the Three of Swords also doesn't need to mean heartbreak, but that's just what I'm getting. Okay. So let's move on to your love life since that's coming up. If you have the Chariot and the Queen of Cups, and if you look at them, this is how they are in the spread. They're not looking at each other. She's very focused on her goblet thing. I don't know what that is, but what I do know is that out of all the queens, what she holds is the most ornate thing. It looks the most valuable. And we have the King of Cups, and he's not so focused on his thing, but he's also not looking at the Queen. So with the Chariot, that's a Cancer again. But it's also taking control. So in your love life, you could finally be like, I'm not going to settle for anything less than I deserve. The Queen of Cups is Scorpio. However, I think this is you. I think this is your energy. I think you are the one focusing on building your own life and your material needs, your financial ventures, getting those on track. You're focused on the paper. Wow, I am so lame. And also, the Queen of Cups is very intuitive and very aware of herself and what she needs and her emotions. With having these two, the Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups mirroring on top of one another, these are both independent women that know their worth, that know what they are capable of on their own, and they don't need to put up with anything less than that. And following that, we have the Seven of Wands, and that is a very defensive card. As you can see, this guy is defending himself, and I'm not sure if that's you finally making this decision to walk away from this King of Cups or this older figure in your life, and they might be very defensive about it, or it could be you having to explain yourself, which you don't need to do, but I mean, you want to be fair to the other person. They might not understand why you're choosing to do this, and you might need to defend yourself. It's really hard to walk away from someone and not second guess if you're making the right decision. And I think this is a card of you really having to stick to your guns when you make your decision. Okay? So I'm sorry, you guys. I hope this isn't coming off as a surprise to you. And like I said, I hope it's resonating. Don't forget, you have the Ten of Wands, but underneath it is the Star. So all of this stuff seems to be happening at once, but it always works out. I don't want to sound like a huge cliche, but you can't just stay in the same place, the same relationships, for the rest of your life. You're going to have to walk away, go through heartbreak, and that's when tarot comes in to guide you through these times. Honestly, that's what led me to tarot. So let's move on to your career. You have the Moon followed by Death. Oh yeah, okay. So I like this reading. You have the Moon followed by Death, and then followed by the Six of Swords. So the Moon is all about self-reflection, analyzing your weaknesses, the things that come out in the dark. Literally, some people just get much more emotional at nighttime, much more in tune with yourself at nighttime, or the things that come up in the dark times, metaphorically, like when things are rough. So potentially when you're going through a breakup. But this is your career. So you've been doing this self-reflection and maybe realizing that the work situation that you're in is not the one you want to be in. And that's always hard to admit, because it means that change is around the corner, and change can make people uncomfortable. You don't know what the future holds, but you don't want to stay somewhere because it's comfortable. So it seems like you've been thinking about this with the Moon card. And you, with the Death card following that, it's the end of a cycle. You're walking away from something, and whatever it is you're walking away from, it's because you've come to these realizations by doing the self-reflection with the Moon card. And it's so funny that after the Death card comes the Six of Swords. That is just, I'm just going to move this up. It's a little dark in here. So yeah, the Six of Swords means moving on to something better, something more fulfilling. You've come to the end in your career, in the job that you have now. It doesn't mean you have to be leaving your job, but you could be leaving your position. You could be leaving, you're making some kind of decision to end a cycle in your career, but whatever it is, it's leading you to a better situation with the Six of Swords. I love the Six of Swords. Swords are always a little bit scary, but out of all of them, the Six of Swords is one of the better ones. One of the best for sure, okay? And then in your life purpose, we have the Three of Pentacles. So maybe you are realizing whatever's going on in the job that you're currently in, you know it's not what you're meant to do with your life. And with the Three of Pentacles in your life purpose, you could be starting to focus on that and build up that foundation. And you might feel like your foundation is strong enough now to walk away from whatever job you had as a security blanket and to really go after your calling. You're building that foundation. You're putting in that effort in there and not so much in your career anymore, in your job, I mean. But that's followed by the Five of Swords, which is a card of competition. So whatever field you're getting into, it could be competitive and you are aware of that. But you're not afraid of it, I don't think, because following that is the Page of Wands, who is like, she or he will go after their dreams, their passion, what burns, what gets their fire going. So you're building the foundation. You know it's going to be competitive. You know it's going to be a lot of work. But with the Page of Wands, you're not afraid. You have this almost childlike sense of excitement. Not so much excitement, but like you're ready to take this on and to go after what inspires you, what makes you want to be creative, what makes you want to invest your time into. The things that you would do if nobody was paying you, that's what the Page of Wands is intrigued by, and it seems like that's what you're going after. Okay, I'm going to show you. So we have wedding, and I'm placing it right here with the Four of Wands, and then we have trust. I'm going to place it with the Queen of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles here, and then we have release your ex, and I'm placing that with the Three of Swords and the Seven of Wands. And I can read this two ways, okay? So I think it's so funny that the Four of Wands is a card of milestones, things like weddings, celebrations, graduations, and you have that with the wedding card. So it says this situation involves marriage. And I'm reading it in two ways. Let me just touch upon trust. This situation is calling you to have faith with the Queen of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles, but mostly the Queen of Cups. She's very much a woman who trusts themselves, who trusts their intuition. So whatever you really need, I think, to dig deep and listen to what you are feeling. Don't listen to what your partner is telling you or your ex is telling you or your friends are telling you. What you think is right. You really want to dig down. Trust your intuition. It's so hard, trust me. I've been in the situation when you love someone but you know that it's not right. You know that you're not compatible, or like you guys both need something different from a different person, let's say. And it's so hard because you love that person, but it doesn't matter. I'm just saying, trust your gut, please. And then with release your ex with the Three of Swords. So you could be married, or you could be with someone who you thought you were going to marry, but recently your gut is telling you something's not right, and you might need to walk away from that, and you might need to defend yourself because marriage is involved. You're not supposed to walk away from marriage. Or if your partner thought you were going to be getting married and all of a sudden you're like, this is not what I want, you're going to need to explain yourself. And at the bottom of the deck, we have heart-to-heart conversations. So honestly, discuss your feelings with each other, okay? But it doesn't have to be that. With release your ex, you could be with this person that you think you're going to marry, or with your new husband, because there is the Four of Wands. You could have just gotten married, but you have this lingering fucking person, this King of Cups that won't go away, and you're finally deciding that it's over. Like, I know somebody told me that someone called them on their wedding day and was like, are you sure we'll never be together again because I'm about to get married? So you could have had all these thoughts like, fuck, am I making the right decision? And just trust yourself and listen to yourself and fucking release this motherfucker. Sorry, I know it's hard to do. I know it is. And it could be especially hard if they're still lingering, like this guy here. Okay? So that is your love. That's some more clarity. Makes sense, those 3 cards that fell out. And then, you guys, I just want to pull one card for your life purpose, because it seems like you're doing pretty well. And with the Page of Wands, oh, okay, you got it. That's awesome. Okay, so you got Infinite Abundance, which is a pretty rare card in this deck. A lot of the cards have to do with what direction your path is. Like at the bottom of the deck, we have body work. So a lot of the cards are like that. They could be like creative expression or yoga or energy healing. But to get infinite abundance, you're fully supported as you devote yourself to your divine life purpose. Whatever your life purpose is, and like I said, it seems like you're beginning to really focus on that, and to the point where your foundation is becoming strong enough that you can decide to finally leave your job, leave your 9-to-5, and go after your passion. And this Infinite Abundance card wants to remind you that you are fully supported in doing that, even though it can be scary. Yeah, that's awesome. So this Page of Wands knows what's up. He's like, I'm going after my dreams and I am going to succeed, and the universe has my back.